welcome back to the podcast. Hi, hello, hi. Hope everyone's doing good and whatever you're doing, I hope you're enjoying it, hopefully.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
We are back with another episode and we have a couple things to talk about. Happy government shutdown day. It's, as of recording this, officially the first day of the government shutdown for the third time under President Trump. We love to see it. Um, all because congressional members do not want to agree on making sure people have health care. It's tough. I know.
Well,
That being said, we have a couple things to talk about. One of them being about that, well, not necessarily about the shutdown, but about something else that happened. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago that Hegseth did that? That was yesterday, right?
yeah,
It
perhaps his
felt like
name.
days ago.
Yeah, our man in Washington, Hegseth.
Yeah.
Uh, what he said, I don't necessarily disagree with, but I disagree with the manner in which he said it. Basically, he wants our armed forces to be the greatest and to be strong, but uh, my interpretation is he wants all the fatties gone unless they get into shape. He could have said, I want all of the Army personnel in shape rather than talk about the fatties.
Yeah.
And then, he alluded to the fact he doesn't want people getting office because of, he didn't use the word, but it was alluding to like affirmative action type
Yeah,
situation.
it's the DEI is the new term.
Yeah. Uh, and that kind of bothered me again. And then uh, he picked on the women by basically saying, "Do you want somebody next to you who physically can't, do what they need to do?" And I, the the women's agency for the Army and Armed Forces said the requirements are not lessened for the women, that the women do meet the requirements.
Right.
And so it's like he's a guy picking on minorities. He's picking on women who are part of the minorities.
Yeah.
He's picking on uh, perhaps uh, people who are brave enough to be in the army that maybe tended to get in there, pass everything. Maybe they're a little overweight, but they still passed everything. And
Yeah.
maybe they put on weight, the officers, um, which he just should have said officers and everyone should get in shape. But he's crude, and it shouldn't be accepted, like I was told, that he's young and he doesn't know how to proport himself yet. So
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say. You know,
Personally about that though, I think I disagree in that I don't think uh, I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I'm going to be 100% clear with that. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was too garbage to watch, but I did watch a big portion of it. Um, there have been reports of people claiming that it is paralleling something similar to a 1940s Germanic rallying styled speech. Because what the from what I gathered from watching most of that speech, it seems like he just wants to replace the military with a bunch of white loyalists who are willing to do whatever he wants. Um, because for him to come out and say, go after the fatties, and he doesn't want these ill-fit people. Meanwhile, there's active footage of him not being able to do even a single pull-up, despite all that muscle he claims to have. Um, if they have to get tested twice a year to do this and waste time, if they can perform their duty successful, why do they have to be Why does it matter that they're a couple pounds heavier if they can still perform the tasks? Not
Yeah.
everyone has to be in this peak physical condition. That's absolute, absolute peak. Because if you're spending so much time maintaining this peak physical condition instead of actually training, then you're just a useless thing and a useless part of the army and military. Additionally, we are also already the most, if not the most, one of the most lethal militaries in the entire world. Him going after people having like certain haircuts and clean shaven face and all that, again, is just posturing and him trying to be a man in a room full of people who have done a million times more than he will ever do.
Well, Peter, let me interrupt you for a second. Unless I read this wrong, because that was my first response to what he said. What is his background? And I thought I read he got two silver stars.
Doesn't matter. Everyone in that room outranks him to the millionth degree. They all have done and will continue to do more than he ever will. Um, it, just because he's gotten a couple of stars doesn't mean he has
No,
the.
silver stars are not stars that are put on your lapel. That's for heroism.
I'm just saying the people in that room are most definitely more qualified than he is for anything he has to say.
You sure?
Again, though, it was a very macho bro man speech of him trying to bring the military to some sort of glory day bullcrap. Going after people with beards and certain haircuts means nothing. At the end of the day, if the sniper can still do his job with a beard, why are we mandating them to shave? What does that do other than play dress up? Because if the goal, what's the goal? To look pretty while they shoot enemies or to get the job done? If the goal is to get the job done, then we shouldn't care. Now you shouldn't be looking like a mess and like crap, but he went after specifically clean shaven face and so on and so forth. And that also has its own racial problems as well because black people have to use certain razors and can't always shave the same way because their hair is curly and therefore they get heavy ingrown hair, so they can't shave the same way. But all that being said, yeah, he went after women. He doesn't want women in the military anymore because again, this was more about rallying and trying to make a loyalist set of groups. He also, in the same speech, said that he's removing anonymity when people want to file for claims and complaints. So, which is a huge problem because women in the military get sexually assaulted very frequently. Women have apparently also died from dehydration because they have not. They would apparently, I haven't done enough research on this, but from the minimal research I've done, they apparently women have died from dehydration because they refused to drink water because they didn't want to have to go pee in the middle of the night because they were afraid of getting sexually assaulted. And so,
Interesting.
and it is that part is not 100% on my end. So I'm going to put that out. Sexual assault within the military on women is a big, big thing that is widely known. And for him to remove anonymous complaints is him supporting sexual assault because if these people can't anonymously report these things, then they won't report them at all because if they report them with full knowledge of who they are, then they're going to get penalized. And no matter what anyone says, they're going to get penalized. They're going to get removed. They're going to get they're going to get pushed out. And it's to further him removing that anonymity further harms women in the military and in general because it
Yeah.
normalizes that's the precedent that the military does. So maybe some businesses should
He's,
do that too.
he's anti-woke.
He is, yeah, anti-woke just means anti-common sense and anti-empathy and anti-intellectualism. But
Yeah.
the
Okay.
so overall, the speech, in my opinion, was a rally that was similar to a 1940s Germanic styled one.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was probably before he gave it, it had to be approved by our president, who
well, yeah,
was,
but the president's not even coherent enough to approve it. Like,
yeah, well, got to remember our president was a great hero.
sure, yeah, 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 uh-huh. So is the
You-
chicken who crossed the road.
yeah.
Jesus.
And just briefly, before we get into your topic, which is very, very interesting, uh, we shut down, the government shut down, and there are so many services that were shut down and so many people released. and so many people, including our armed forces, that are their payment is in abeyance. Uh, and what I laughed about when it said judges, lawmakers, in our lawmakers, and the president who will receive their monies, but it does say that certain lawmakers, they must be Congress or
Congress does get paid.
yeah, but they said a lot of congressmen are not going to get, don't want to get paid, and I guess that's a good political ploy, you know.
Yeah, of course. And my assumption is it's the I don't know who, but I'm going to assume it's the Democrats that are relinquishing their pay because Republicans would never do something like that. I would be very, very surprised if Republicans said they're going to go without pay.
So
As
let's get on to something more interesting because you mentioned it to me briefly before we went on the air. I
Yeah.
really
So recent news I heard a couple days ago, there's this company that has released an AI actress. I believe the name is the actress, the quote unquote actress, his name is Tilly Norwood. Um, and it's this doe-eyed brown haired girl who looks like she's 19. Um, First off, before I go any further, AI in the creative arts is the absolute worst thing, and I don't enjoy or appreciate anyone who supports it. I think AI in the arts does nothing other than create slop, steals work because it can't create what it creates without stealing copyrighted material or non-consensual material to train on and then create such things.
and
Uh,
jobs.
and it takes
Steals jobs.
jobs. It doesn't further anyone's creativity or enjoyment because part of creativity is the effort that goes in, and the machine doesn't require any effort. Um,
What was her name again?
But AI in healthcare and science is phenomenal. I think
What was her
AI,
name? What
well,
was her name again?
Tilly Norwood. Um,
Tilly Moore. Very
so
interesting.
that being said, all about my stance on AI. I think AI is great. I think AI is harming the earth in disgusting degrees with these data centers. Um, but within AI, I think it is helpful in STEM, science, math, and healthcare and stuff because I think it's done some great stuff. That being said, with Tilly Norwood, um, there's a huge problem with this. SAG-AFTRA, the union for actors, has come out and made a statement saying that they disagree with it, which is great. But this is the thing. This is a investor's dream, and I mean this in every sense of the word. An actor that can't argue on its own behalf or won't because it's programmed not to will work for as little or as much as little or as much pay as it is programmed to work for. Can work as long as needed, 24 hours a day, be present and do whatever it needs to do. Uh, can be used in perpetuity, doesn't have to be the rights of this person can be negotiated a lot easier. Um, and it's an 18-year-old girl. So of course all the investors who are mostly men who have historically in the Hollywood realm preyed on young women absolutely love the fact that this is the first actress because that like it's such a huge mess of a problem. Of all the things that they could have created as the first actress, they chose an 18-year-old girl.
Who actually created it?
Some company. Doesn't it like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. There's a billion AI companies out there. It's the fact that it was made. It's the fact that apparently multiple agencies are looking to sign this actress. It's not acting. It's just
Wow.
CGI. Like there's no acting involved here. Um,
So
by
they're basically going to take somebody who could be on a video game and make them a star.
Yeah, they're taking a computer generated image and turning it and taking more jobs away from creative artists. It's like I said, the perfect investor's dream. It's pure capitalism. You are
Terrible.
removing the creative aspect, the labor aspect of it, and putting as much money into the pockets of the suits as possible because that's exactly what that is. The actor is supposed to get paid for their work. If the actor is no longer an actor and is just a CGI'd image that's owned by a bunch of suits, they just get more money. So it is a
But let me ask you something, Peter. Let's suppose AI creates a whole bunch of these uh, actors and actresses,
yeah.
and then make a film. Basically, they're making a video.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not a movie. It's not a film as we know it. It's a video, like a video game.
Kind of like a video game. A video game, you'd have more control, like because you can have playable control, interactive control. Um, but with a movie, it's still more of a movie than a video game. I see
Yeah,
what
but
you mean by
Halo
video
isn't.
game in that there's not real people, but
What about Halo? I mean, the Halo the movie, isn't that AI?
not to my knowledge. That's CGI. Computer generated image is different than AI, which
Oh,
is
okay.
artificial intelligence. There may have been some AI technology implemented, right? Like if they have to um let's say they're making a 9 foot tall Spartan, right, from Halo, and they
Yeah.
need to put this guy's face on a 9 foot tall. No, we don't have 9 foot tall people, so they have to digitally alter where his face is. They may use some small AI technology to aid in the facial tracking system that can detect and place the face, rather than completely generating from scratch a face, right? One is a cog in the machine, the other is the entire machine.
Let me ask
Uh,
you a question. Let's suppose, and I hope it doesn't happen because our economy is so fragile right now. Let's suppose President Trump got sick.
mhm.
They create an AI of him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. So people have already theorized that's going to happen at some point. That even if Trump were to die from whatever reason, that the public wouldn't know about it for at least a week or two because they would have a bunch of AI generated videos and clips going out, that he that would fake it. Because I just saw a video earlier today. Someone had used one of the AI video generators to make it look like a CCTV footage, like a security camera in a store.
Mhm.
Um, it looked like the owner of AI, of a ChatGPT, OpenAI, Sam Altman. Someone had made a video. It looked like you were in a Target, like a Target store or something, from looking at it from a CCTV footage, and it showed Sam Altman stealing a computer chip, like a GPU, from a shelf and getting chased by security guard. And as someone who frequents the AI sphere, because I have to know about it when I'm talking about other content that I do off of outside of this, um, it's 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 real. Like if you don't, and I've been saying this for months now, but if you don't know what to look for, you you think it's real. And even then, like it's we're here. We're at that point. It is video is no longer an acceptable form of proof anymore. And it's extremely dangerous because
Yeah.
now people can create that type of thing. Um,
Okay,
but
so
but as for going back to the actress, um, it is it's pure capitalism, pure and unfettered capitalism. Like I said, it only benefits the suits. It cuts the fat, which is the creatives, which is always the thing that gets cut,
okay.
and puts more money into the producers and the investors' pockets.
Mhm.
Um, and simultaneously provides no actual creative value. And at the end of the day, regardless of how many they make, personally, I believe that there will always be a desire for human-made products. I don't think. I think they could make 500 AI actors and put them in all these movies. And I think no matter what, there will still be a community that will grow that will focus on only human-made products.
Yeah. Tilly Norwood.
Tilly Norwood.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to look her up.
You know what? Well, we can. I'll pull it up right here. Hold on. Let's.
How much did she cost to make? Do you know?
Hell if I know. Jesus Christ! All these ads.
But they can come
Uh,
up with a better name than Tilly Norwood. That sounds like porno.
as you would expect.
Yeah.
That's like that again. You. I didn't even have to tell you that, and you. Yeah. That's my entire point, right? Is this is made by a bunch of men who uh, I like it's such it's such a rabbit hole of a topic, right? But Hollywood has consistently preyed on young attractive women, um, and men in general in high positions of power have historically been caught with young attractive women. And men in general, whether it's on the internet or in general, have been caught going after young, attractive women, and I'm talking 50-year-old men towards 18-year-old women, or even younger, right? It is a very, very common thing. So for a
Mm,
bunch of men in a high-powered position to make an AI actor, and the first one they make is most definitely someone's porn fantasy,
sick.
is not a coincidence.
Sick.
That's not a like a oopsie, how did that happen?
Yeah. Sick.
So
Sick.
here's what she looks like.
Beautiful.
She's not real. Can't be beautiful because she's not real.
No, but she's beautiful.
Here she is over here. It's another one.
She looks real.
Yeah, because the AI is getting good. And then she has an Instagram account. And here's more stuff. She's got almost 40,000 followers, 40,000 people. See, they even look at how they try and normalize and humanize what is not real by having a bed. They got a picture of the bedroom. Look at this.
Yeah, and they take a shot with her in the back with a tush.
Yeah, maybe. But like the point is like this is not real. None of this is not even someone's bedroom. This is a completely AI generated bedroom. But they
Mm,
are normalizing and humanizing something that is not real.
yeah.
Same thing here. None of this is real. None of these photos, this person, this mug over here, the laptop, this person walking down the street here, none of it's real. None of it is real. None of it is even partially real. It's all fake. And again, it only furthers this conversation that it is someone's personal fantasy. Oh, what the hell?
Okay, we saw enough
How
of
did,
it.
no, hold on. Our photos got screwed up.
All right, I'm gone.
Yeah, you're here. Oh, I got you. I got you.
What did you send me with the AI?
Yeah, right? All right, here we go. We're back.
That's all I need.
Um, yeah. So at the end of the day, right? People are going to do what they want to do in terms of support or not support this type of product. Um, as I've stated, I think AI in the arts is purely a capitalistic cash grab trying to cut the fat out, and a bunch of uncreative suits just trying to siphon more money from a market or a demographic that already struggles to make money because the suits take so much. Uh,
Unfortunately, Peter, both genders, male and female, even just more than male and female, other genders, they like pretty faces, pretty bodies. And if AI can create, a 10 out of 10, uh, it can be successful.
yeah, I that's I don't doubt that it will be successful with a bunch of losers who may find it entertaining. But at the end of the day, it is not art. It's stolen work that's repurposed, right? I can
Yeah, yeah.
it's not it's not art. It's not art. It's
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what parts she gets.
yeah, no, I'd like to not see what parts she gets
Yeah,
because
I
she
agree.
is not
Maybe she'll get blackballed.
I doubt it because there's going to be at the end of the day, here's what it'll come down to. AI is not going anywhere. I can't stand the conversation that some people have about AI being bad and we need to stop AI. AI is bad. It's bad for the environment, it's bad for creatives, and for the most part, it's been sold as this like holy grail of a thing that's going to launch humanity into a new existence. Um, None of it's going away. AI is not going anywhere. AI is not going to just magically disappear, especially when you have people like Mark Zuckerberg, who is devoting billions of dollars to new data centers that are going to consume data equivalent to the entire Manhattan, like to the entirety of Manhattan. Um, so AI is not going anywhere. The problem herein lies then what we need to do is regulate AI and advocate for using it, not using it, or promoting products that don't use it, right? Like I said, watching movies that don't have that kind of AI in it. That's going to be a growing community because they can continue to force it upon us, but there are going to be people who build out those types of things without AI, and they are going to become very popular because people don't want it. It's been forced upon us in every sense of the manner with AI Google search and AI apps and everything. It's been implemented everywhere, and
Yeah, I've
most of
seen
it is
AI.
useless.
I've seen AI in music videos.
Yeah, AI has been in music videos. AI uh, is in voiceover work. AI, I mean, someone could take this podcast and take our voices, both of ours, and there's enough audio in just this podcast alone. Someone can clone our voices. Like it's useless. It is truly because what does that do? What does that do other than aid scammers, aid fraudsters? It does not advance society in the slightest. So it it's purely for profit. It's purely a money focused endeavor.
Yeah.
So uh, if you want to watch Tilly Norwood do some garbage ass acting, go ahead. But in my
I
personal opinion, I think it is hot garbage, and I think this anyone who actively supports that is also hot garbage.
Yeah, didn't you say that one of the major problems could be AI used in crime and people wrongly getting
Yeah.
convicted?
Well, that's why I said before about the Sam Altman video. It
Yeah.
looked it looked like a security camera footage of Sam Altman stealing a product off of a shelf and getting pinned against a wall by a security guard. It looked real. It looked
Okay.
real. And that was Sam Altman. Now imagine they do that to anyone. Like it's here. It's not like, oh, this is a theory that could happen in the next 5 years. It's here. It's doable now with like $100. It's here. And that's the problem. That's,
Yeah.
and again, it benefits no one in the general public in terms of actual societal advancements. All it does is create false profits, not profits, PROPHET, but profits as a PROFITS for a
Okay.
a bunch of companies.
Let me ask you a question now. Okay.
Yeah.
What would be the difference between an AI film and an anime film?
An animated film or an anime
No, not
film.
animated, anime.
Yeah, anime. Anime is hand drawn. People are drawing or using Blender for 3D images
Okay.
to make the movie, to make the TV show. Those are hand drawn. Every when you watch one of these animes like One Piece or Dragon Ball Z, and there's a lot of explosions and stuff, a team of people hand drew that. And that's why that's why people who like anime, at least in part, like anime. Because when you see some of these fantastic visuals, and you also recognize someone had to draw that.
Okay.
Not only is it fantastic that they conceptualize that and put it onto a piece of paper, but also that they successfully drew that and portrayed what they portrayed. So
Yeah.
all that together, right?
Yeah.
Versus
Okay. I guess.
AI versus AI takes that work. It takes that work, chews it up, consumes it, learns from it, and then creates some type of crap that's similar to it
Mhm.
because it stole that work.
Okay. So moving on, do you have anything else? Because I don't.
Uh, I don't think so at the moment. I'm interested to see where this AI slop actress goes in terms of um, will this incentivize more companies to create more AI like things like this? Or and will this actually get signed to an agency? And if it does, what does that mean for actors? And just that life that the future steps and what's going to happen to it. I'm interested to keep eyes on it.
A question to you.
Yeah.
If they start, if agencies start using AI, will the actors blackball the agencies?
I assume there will be some degree of protest, blackballing, and whatnot, but the actors are not really the ones with like it. What it would take is the high-end actors because any mid to low tier actor, agencies don't care about.
Mhm.
It's the Chris Pratts, it's the Scarlett Johanssons, it's the Jacob Elordi's, the Robert Downey Jr.'s. It's them who would have to really do something. Um, otherwise,
Interesting.
uh, you know, otherwise, if all the low end actors just stopped, it means nothing because that'll just incentivize them to get more AI actors.
Yeah. Okay. So with that in mind, we're finished. I would like to wish all my Jewish neighbors and friends and people throughout the world a happy and healthy New Year with Yom Kippur coming up tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah,
And everybody else, good health too.
yeah. Good health and just have a good day.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Well, see you in the next one.
Peace out.
Peace out.